Congratulations on taking the steps towards figuring out how to have a powerful home education for your family. This is just the beginning, and I'm excited to have you here. When I started out learning about homeschooling, it was before I had children, and my sister, who has older kids, she was homeschooling. And it was happening around 9/11 when she had her kids home, and they were living near Detroit, but because they were in a city, they shut down the schools, and parents weren't allowed to pick up their kids right away, and kids were hunkered down under their desks and hiding and scared. While at the same time, my sister was at home with her kids with a world map on the wall, explaining to them what was happening, why it was happening, who was suffering, what was going on, and telling them that they could be a force for good, telling them that they could show compassion and create goodness and compassion and empathy in the world, and that the world is going to constantly be changing. Our world is evolving from the industrial age to not just the information age, but an innovation age. And when I started out homeschooling, I thought that I had to sit my kids down at desks and do school at home and stand in front of them with a chalkboard and tell them that they could do math at this certain time, and that they had to do English and learning language arts at a certain time, and history and science at a certain time and in a certain way. Well, I learned very quickly that that is not necessarily the best way to give our kids a great education. A great education supports innovation and creativity. That's what a mastery-driven education is all about. Basically, mastery-driven means that kids are given a challenge, or you sit down with them with a weekly mentor meeting and you ask them what they want to accomplish, and that becomes their challenge. It becomes challenge-driven. So like they see a problem and you help them, or you show them how to walk through learning what to do to solve that problem. It could be, look, the problem is that you need to pass this math test, or the problem is you need to learn these math concepts, or the problem is you need to learn how to cook this recipe and figure out the steps along the way. Or the challenge is, the problem is like, you need to learn and understand this science concept. What are the steps toward understanding it? And allowing them the space to discover what those steps are towards solving that problem. That's a mastery-driven education. It can be project-based, it can be that challenge-based, or it can be just allowing them space to get excited and passionate about something and to learn it until they feel like they've learned everything that they can learn in that subject. Because I've learned that when, especially my little kids, when there's an environment for learning, and when you as parents set up a culture for learning, meaning that there's opportunity to learn all around them, you are modeling for them what learning looks like and what a healthy lifestyle looks like, then learning happens all the time. And then when you, on top of that, add challenges that inspire them towards learning, they will pursue that mastery-driven education on their own. That's what the Homeschool Challenge is all about. And in this 3-day free course, I just want to lay the foundation to help you learn and figure out what your homeschool philosophy really is, and understanding the steps towards really understanding what your homeschooling philosophy is, what outcome you want for your family, and the culture that you want to establish with your family. And then understanding that you can do this, okay? We, as parents, have the capacity to provide our kids with a powerful education if we just provide them with resources and space, and then not suppress down on them expectations of what an education is supposed to look like. Because in our innovation culture, innovation age, education can look like just about anything. So be open-minded, give them space, model healthy lifestyle for them, and your kids will thrive, and you'll have a successful journey in your homeschooling journey.